Every year, one of the greatest migrations on the planet takes place, a journey that stretches more than 20,000 kilometers in a round trip, from the freezing Arctic seas of Alaska all the way down the Pacific coast of North America, to the warm, protected lagoons of Baja California Sur in Mexico. This is the migration of the gray whale, a history of survival, of resilience, and one of the most extraordinary relationships between humans and wild animals anywhere on Earth. In late autumn, as the Arctic begins to freeze, the gray whales leave their breeding grounds. These giants live on tiny creatures, amphipods, shrimp-like animals buried in the mud of the ocean floor. Using their massive mouth, they scoop up sediment, filter it through their baleen, and swallow their prey. This is one of the most unusual feeding strategies of any whale. But when the ice closes in, there is no food left. So the whales begins to travel, mothers pregnant, young whales on their first migration, entire populations moving together along the coastlines of Canada, the United States, and Mexico. They swim all day and night, covering several miles in a single day. Their destination, the calm, shallow lagoons of Baja California Sur in Mexico. When the whales arrive, it's like entering another world. The lagoons of Baja California Sur are quiet sanctuaries protected from predators and storms. The water is warmer, calmer, and perfectly suited for giving birth. Here, gray whale mothers deliver calves that can measure 5 meters long at birth and weigh as much as a small truck. These newborns must quickly learn to breathe, to swim, and to stay close to their mothers. The lagoons are their cradle. For 2 to 3 months, the mothers nurse them with some of the richest milk in the animal kingdom. More than 60% of that is fat, allowing the calves to gain weight rapidly. Every drop of energy is vital, because soon they must begin the travel back north. The history of the gray whale is not only about biology, it is also about history and survival against human exploitation. In the 1800s, whalers discovered these lagoons. What should have been the sanctuaries became killing grounds. The shallow waters made the whales easy targets. Mothers, protecting their calves, would attack the small boats, overturning them and sometimes killing the hunters. Out of fear and respect, the whalers called them devilfish, but the truth was way simpler. The whales were just defending their young. The slaughter was devastating. By the early 20th century, gray whales were nearly extinct. Their numbers fell so low that many believed they would disappear forever. Then something remarkable happened. Hunting was banned. Mexico declared the lagoons protected areas, and slowly the gray whales returned. Against all odds, their population recovered. Today, around 20,000 to 25,000 gray whales migrate each year. Their comeback is considered one of the greatest conservation success histories in the world. And here, a miracle happens. Instead of avoiding people, the whales seek them out. They approach small boats, sometimes lifting their heads out of the water, sometimes nudging close enough for visitors to reach out and touch them. Mothers even push their calves toward people, almost as if introducing them. Why do they do this? Scientists still don't have a clear answer. It might be curiosity, it might be playfulness. Some even believe it could be an act of forgiveness after centuries of hunting. Whatever the reason, the experience is transformative. Looking into the eye of a gray whale is to feel a connection across species, a moment that can change a life forever. This year, 2025, something extraordinary happened along the coast of Baja California Sur. Gray whales were not just staying on the traditional lagoons, they were venturing closer to shore than anyone has seen in decades. Massive bodies rolling in the surf just beyond the breaking waves. And even in the Bay of La Paz, urban waters filled with fishing boats, ferries, and marinas, gray whales were appearing where no one expected them. For locals, it's both shocking and unforgettable. Fishermen who spent their entire lives on these waters say they have never seen whales this close to town. Families gather on the beaches watching in awe as these giants surface just a few meters from the sand. For communities that have shared their history with the sea, it feels like the whales are rewriting the history in real time. Why now? Why here? The answers remain uncertain. Some suggest shifting ocean currents are drawing whales into shallower waters. Others say that cooler waters along the coast this year possibly influence their movements. And few believe they just may be exploring ancient grounds. Pathways once abandoned during the years of intense hunting, now remembered and revived. But beyond the science lies something harder to measure, the sense of wonder. To see a whale this close to shore in waters where people swim, fish, and sail every day collapses the barrier between human life and wildlife. With years of research done before, the truth is clear: we still know so little. The gray whale is reminding us that here in 2025, that nature is not predictable. It doesn't follow our schedules or our expectations. It moves to rhythms older and deeper than anything we know. And maybe that is the real lesson, that the ocean is still mysterious, that even as we measure and monitor, there will be always moments that leave us speechless. Watching a 40-ton whale rolling the waves just a stone's throw from the shore is one of those moments. It is a reminder that we are living in a time of wonder and that the history of the gray whale is still being written. As you can see, this is a history full of challenges. Climate change is reshaping the Arctic where they feed. Less ice might sound like a good thing, but it disrupts the food webs they rely on. Some whales now arrive here in Baja California Sur malnourished, weaker than before. Others face dangers along the way, collision with ships, entanglement in fishing gear, and the noise pollution of our modern oceans. The gray whale is a survivor, but even survivor have limits. And yet when you stand on the shores of Baja California Sur and watch a gray whale surface, you see more than an animal. You see history written on its body, scars from orcas, marks from past entanglements, evidence of battle survived. These whales carry the history of the ocean on their skins, and they also carry a message for us, a message about resilience, about coexistence, and about the possibility of repairing our relationship with the natural world. Here, in Baja California Sur, fishermen that once hunted whales now protect them. Entire communities depend on whale tourism. The same animals that were once their enemy are now their partners in survival. That is a history of transformation unlike any other. When you meet a gray whale in the wild, it doesn't feel like a spectacle. It feels like a conversation. Their massive eye looking back at you, their breath like a warm mist in the air, their movements gentle despite the normal size. It is a reminder that we share this planet with beings that are also intelligent, social, and deeply connected to the ocean in ways we are only beginning to understand. So, what does the history of gray whales teach us? That recovery is possible, that nature, when given a chance, can heal, that even after centuries of violence, a relationship of trust can emerge. The gray whale is not just an animal, it's a symbol, a living bridge between past and future, between humans and the wild. And as long as they keep returning here, there is hope for the ocean and for us. When you hear that powerful exhale, when you see that massive fluke rise and vanish beneath the waves, you are reminded of something simple but essential. We are all travelers, we are all connected, and like the gray whale, our journey is far from over. And talking about journeys, I want to take you to one of the most magical spots in the Gulf of California, La Reina, which is a reef north of Cerralvo Island, a place where the ocean is alive with colors, schools of fish, sea lions, and sometimes even whales. Thank you for watching.